Yeah, thank you. It's great to have this opportunity to share with your readers and watchers. My name is Ruthi Hanchett. I am an adjunct professor, I'm a mom, and I've been a child advocate for the last 20 years. So I moved to Fullerton about 12 years ago. We came to this community because we knew it was a great place to raise a family, excellent schools, and I was pregnant with my second baby, and now we've been part of the Raymond community for the last 7 years, where my daughters are both in the schools and part of the dual immersion program there. Before that, I worked for 20 years as an advocate for children with a large international organization called World Vision International. I had a chance to work across the globe, speaking out for children's issues that affected them, kids in very vulnerable places, bringing communities together to focus in on what can we do to make lives better for kids and even include them in the process. Yeah. Well, fortunately, it's not just our problem, right? All of California is facing declining enrollment, and a lot of that's due to our economy, and the cost of living in Southern California is just hard. So I think what we have as our strength, though, in Fullerton is we are a destination district. People want to come here, and they know that we have excellent schools. So the way that I want to address that is by really emphasizing what makes us great. I think great schools need great PR. So I want to look at how do we really get people excited about what we're doing here in Fullerton, let people know in neighboring cities and communities so that they want to bring their kids here. I think we have excellent schools and we have excellent teachers that make our schools great. We also have really unique programs. So we have all the arts in every single school. That also helps address kids' mental health. It can be therapy for many kids. And it's a great way for kids to learn in more creative ways and even express their artistic side. We have school choice. We have excellent programs like our multi-age program, which parents love. We have the dual immersion program in Spanish and now Korean, which my kids have benefited from. And we have programs like I just was talking to the new principal at Maple, who are introducing a science academy, environmental science, in one of the most historic and even urban school campuses that we have here in Fullerton. We're doing this really innovative science-based, but also social justice approach to environmental care and health. So I'm excited about that. And I think when other communities see what great schools we have, it will address some of these problems of declining enrollment. Finally, I want to explore long-term what it might look like to have affordable housing for our teachers. I know Fullerton is missing police and fire because we don't have the budgets or the ability to attract people to stay in our community. I would love to see our public servants given an opportunity for affordable housing so our public servants can live, work, and send their kids to our schools in the communities where they work. Well, I think the good news is I do believe parents have a voice in the community schools. I think as a parent, a PTA member, as a leader at Raymond Elementary, I see it day to day. I'm really proud of the community we've built there of diverse parents, parents from all types of lifestyles and economics and social, cultural, ethnic backgrounds that have come together and they partner together for our community. With the PTA, we work closely with our ELAC, our English Language Acquisition community. We work closely with our school site council to make decisions about our budgets, to make decisions about what our kids need and the solutions we have as parents and as a community to work with our schools to solve those issues. So I think we have great opportunities, but I would like to see our board actually be more open and available to parents. So for example, one of the things we've done at Raymond is prioritize having our PTA meetings at 5:30 in the evening and on Zoom. So parents can come in from soccer field, driving home from work, making dinner for kids. They can be a part of it. We want to meet them where they're at. We always have translation. I think our board, we do have translation, but we could do better to try to make it more accessible, less formal, and kind of mystical to many parents. That could begin with putting our agendas online sooner and available so parents can really understand it. The other day, I was looking to make a public comment. I had to go through many, many layers to see where do I make it, who do I call, what time do I have to be there, how long can it be? I think if we made it much more clear and explicit how parents could contribute in those ways so that the board really is hearing from families and parents and community members. And I don't think they should have to go to the meeting. I think they should be able to submit them and have them read at the comments at the meetings. All of us have suffered mental health concerns over the pandemic and before, right? I know a year ago in October, the Pediatric Academy, Psychiatric Academy for Children in our country declared a mental health emergency for our kids. Our families are suffering, our kids are suffering, and there's nothing more difficult as a parent than not knowing how to help your kid when you know that they need that support, but you don't have the tools yet. So one great thing is that our schools have introduced some support. We've introduced this year social emotional learning in the classroom because we recognize at Fullerton School District that kids can't learn if their grades are in a traumatic response and they're stressed. So there's simple tools and processes that we've introduced in the classroom to just calm the kids' brains down so they're ready to learn. And that's fabulous. But I think our teachers still need additional training and support to become more trauma-informed and to really implement this curriculum well. I also know from the kids that I talk to, they don't love the curriculum. So I'd love to explore more why we're not connecting and engaging kids in the best way possible. I think it's a great start, but we need to dig in more. It's just our first year, right? I want to explore that more. The second is I think we need a lot more mental health professionals supporting our teachers on campus for our kids, because teachers are dealing with difficult behaviors, trauma responses, which are normal for kids, but they make it hard in the classroom to teach. So they need more mental health professionals on the schools, on site, meeting those needs. And unfortunately, again, we've introduced more public health professionals in our schools than ever before, but oftentimes they're shared between sites. They're not able to meet the demands that are there. And many of them are still in their sort of training phase. They've completed their education, but they don't necessarily have the life skills and experiences, the years of experience that I believe our kids need to meet these really difficult, challenging times. So I'd like to see more mental health professionals with more experience at every site to meet the demand. And that means we have to fund it. We have to ensure that it's not just COVID money that's temporary and goes away, but we look at this long term, because this problem has been developing over the years and it won't be solved quickly. We need to address it together. Finally, I was invited by our sub-superintendent, Dr. Lee, to come and share from a parent perspective on how we can engage more parents. And again, I think parents need support. So there's been a series of talks on mental health, how to care for a loved one that may be suffering from mental health challenges. I think we need to break down stigma. We need to talk about these things without shame. We need to recognize we all need support sometimes, and equipping our parents to know how and where to go for that support is really critical. And it's all about communication and just creating a trust between our schools and our community that this is a safe place to go to get help.